Hello, everyone. My name is Chris, and this is my partner, Phyrex. We're the founder of Portal Network, a blockchain startup based in Taiwan. Portal Network has dedicated itself to connect and improve existing blockchain technology. This is one of the main reasons why we are here today. Some of the advancement that we have done is such as EIP 1062, which formalized IPFS hash into the ENS resolver. We did a very similar thing to ECIP 1044 for Ethereum Classic. And we also proposed a pull request of MetaMask to integrate ENS with IPFS, which recently got merged. It should come out on the next update of MetaMask. And a deployment of WNS, also known as One-Chain Name Service. You may find more information about our other enhancements on our website and on our GitHub page. So we think the current blockchain has a big problem. We believe that there is a big problem within the blockchain ecosystem, and that user adoption for both technical and non-technical aspect. Technical side has been solved by solutions such as sharding and Casper. However, we believe that there's an equal important problem, which is user adoptions. How do you convince the person, for example, at a coffee shop to try out Decentralized website or anything related with blockchain? How do you help a developer in Japan to feel confident on learning and developing on blockchain without too much friction? That's the adoption that we're talking about. So today we will show you how we plan to solve these questions with two solutions. We call them Mume and Kaizen. Mume is a project that focuses on DNS expansion, also known as blockchain name service, namely such as ENS, ECNS, QNS, WNS. These are cross-chain decentralized domain service that we have deployed. This includes deployment of BNS across multiple blockchains that support smart contract, a decentralized marketplace for users to easily buy, sell, bid, and manage their BNS, a web builder that allows both technical and non-technical users to easily deploy and host their sites on servers such as IPFS, SwarmDB, OrbitDB, or Storj, and SIA. An extension that helps users to seamlessly view a decentralized page with BNS. That was an extension that I mentioned earlier that's on MetaMask. We also have our own Chrome extension as well that you can download. And lastly, a data center that supports users to categorize different decentralized websites. Currently, we have thousands of decentralized websites or images or stuff that are hosted on IPFS, but there isn't any way to really categorize them, so people don't find them. The next product that we have is called Kaizen. Kaizen lets you learn and deploy, run, and manage decentralized applications. This includes guidelines written in multiple languages. We host frequent hackathons all around the world to teach people, especially in Asia, such as Vietnam, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, to learn about blockchain, to learn about different frameworks, tools, and common blockchain tools. Our last hackathon was hosted actually last week in Korea, together with BlueZell, Noya Network, IPFS, and other blockchain tools, and some of the local blockchain community. And through that blockchain hackathon, we actually realized that many developers are not confident in developing in blockchain, especially when many of the tools are scattered around. And we're going to tell you how Kaizen is going to fix that issue and translating many of the information, such as your own product, into local language like Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. So some of the solution that we have for regular user adoption, we believe is in domain service. Domain have shaped the world of the internet world today, such as the Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. Without domain, it will just be an IP address. It's hard to remember, unmemorizable, and little commercial usage. Very similar to what we have in the current blockchain world. So, for example, an Ethereum address without ENS is just another address. But with an ENS, you could log it to your wallet. And with IPFS, we could resolve ENS into IPFS hash. This allows a decentralized website with a meaning. So you can actually now download our Chrome extension and type in, for example, ChristopherShen.eth, and you can find my About page on Google Chrome, on Google browser. So that's what we mentioned earlier, the Ethereum improvement proposal that we did. And the resolver is stored in Ethereum, so it's tamper-proof. Now, my subdomain such as chris.dappcon.eth can have its own unique wallet, unique website, and a smart contract, and all under one ENS. This could open up limitless opportunities for commercial users. Not only that, we are doing cross-blockchain decentralized domain service. This goes into such as Quantum, OneChain, or other Solidity-based smart contract platform. Each of these platforms have their own community and developer community. We don't believe in favor any one blockchain solution, but more importantly, to connect them all together. So this can mean that different BNS connect to one IPFS address, for example. This is our marketplace. Our marketplace allows you to easily manage your decentralized domain name. You can simply type in your favorite domain name, BNS, to buy it and to bid it. We'll automatically unseal the bid, so you no longer have to wait 5 days later to unseal your bid. You can check multiple BNS on multiple blockchains. And it will tell you the auction will close after 5 days. You can manage it with a very easy user interface. Remember, this is the part that we want for non-technical users to adopt into the blockchain scene. And you can easily transfer it, host a website, or host a wallet on it. Yeah. Shows you simple information. And if you want more information, you can click on the Etherscan. We are also building the first WNS Explorer on OneChain that allows users to view similar information that they view on Etherscan. You can now use the function that I show you on beta.portal.network, and you can sign up and try it out. We also did a web builder. So we're thinking, like, once you buy a domain, the next thing you want to do is build your website. But currently, when you get an ENS, that's pretty much it. You don't do anything else other than hosting, connecting with a wallet. So we decided to try out a web builder that allows users to use like one click and build their own decentralized website. And the result turned out to be really good. We launched it last month, and we have already over 450 decentralized websites that were deployed through our web builder. And you can find all the unique websites that are deployed by different attendees and users on our website. It's called portalnetwork.showcase. And actually, today afternoon, we're going to do a workshop, which also shows you how to do it. We currently support 7 different templates that we have. And you can see actually one is about DappCon. And you can put in your photo information and so on and choose your favorite subdomain. And then view on the IPFS link and to see if the transaction hash, if it's successful or not on Etherscan or on OneChain Explorer. So that's called web.portal.network. So once you build a decentralized website, the next thing you want to do is allow the user to easily view it. You don't want them to type gateway.ipfs or infura.ipfs. You want them to just type in, dappcon.eth. So right now, none of the explorers are supported, browsers supported. So we decided to do our own Chrome extension that once you download it and store it, you can just type in the BNS, and it will redirect you to it. For example, and with the MetaMask extension, it opens up like limitless user and that support ENS. So you can download this now at extension.portal.network. It's entirely workable, and try out all the .eth address that we have. Showcase. Showcase is basically a data center that we're trying to do. Once we deploy multiple websites, we realize that on IPFS, there are many, many different sites, and they're not really categorized. We wanted to build a data center that that later can turn into a search engine, for example, that I can just type in Taiwan and find a site related with Taiwan that's hosted on IPFS. And you can check this out on portalnetwork/showcase. Okay, so that was Moomei. All those 4 different products that you just saw is available, and you can try it out now already. We support multiple languages. Now I'm going to talk about Kaizen and how Kaizen could change how blockchain developers adoption. So what we did was we started to translate a lot of information into Chinese and into Korean. by connecting existing blockchain technology instead of, and we realized that because many of these technology that are scattered around, there's tremendous good technology. But if you ask any Taiwanese or ask any Japanese developer that are interested about blockchain, they really have nowhere to go. There isn't like that Heroku or decentralized Heroku for you to go there and find all this information. Many of the information is in English. So we decided to start making these information available in the traditional Chinese developer community and also in Korean and Japanese. So it become like, as we do more and more and more and more and adding more functions, and we also learn a lot through the process, then we realize that even ourselves find it hard to find many of the information. Just this 2 days event, we've meet more friends and meet more technology that we wanted to add it into this technical stack. We now have over 400 developers all around the world, mainly in the Asian-speaking country, that are trying out all the tech that we put in, and tools that we put in. We'd love to have your tech to put into our technical stack for them to learn about it, and we can translate the information on your guidelines into Chinese, and that opens up new developer from outside of the English-speaking country. And the other thing that we do after creating these tools is to host hackathon. Last week, we did a hackathon in Korea. So on our GitHub page, you can find many of our information in Korean. For example, how to use an IPFS, Infura, Truffle, a lot of SDK. So by translating that into Korean, you actually bring up much more confidence. You'll be surprised and amazed on how language gap could really bring down people's confidence, even in not to mention for foreign developers. By translating information, you really close down that gap. And by putting all information into one place, you bring up trust and frictionless experience. You can visit our hackathon page at hackathon.portal.network to find out how we connect multiple technology and tools together to do a 2 days, 1 night event. Our next hackathon is going to be in Hong Kong on September 28th. These are photos of our hackathon in Korea. And for example, Bluza and Noya, we utilize their technology to let people know how to do decentralized CDN and SwarmDB. Yeah. So you might find more information at hackathon.portal.network. And if you're interested to put your tech into our next hackathon, you're free to talk to us later about it. Now my partner, Phyrex, is going to go into technical detail on how Kaizen is going to fix the adoption problem.
Hi guys. Kaizen is a one-stop solution. The Kaizen means like the improvement in the Chinese world. So as you guys, many of you are developers, but can you imagination when the first time you won't try to build the web or the app, where can you find the information? That is scattered all around the world. And you can, maybe you will enter the Ethereum to find more information, but it's hard to get everything included. So we gather these technologies into one-stop solution that's called Kaizen. And it can cross several blockchains, and we include the developer toolkit like Infura. Infura is the infrastructure that let you can easily interact with the blockchain. And we include Web3. Web3 is a library that you can easily interact the blockchain and get information and send transaction with it. The Truffle is like the smart contract solidity testing tool framework, and that easily you can test your smart contract. And Ganache is like test RPC. You can run your local EVM to test your smart contract. So this tool is all around the world, but how to get this include in a one repo or one place. So after you understand this, so the second place, where can you store your decentralized application? Most of you store in the centralized way, like Heroku, Amazon, maybe Google, GCP. But now we can introduce you the file storage, decentralized file storage that utilize IPFS, Storj, and CR. You can store this information and your content and your website application into this file storage, this decentralized file storage. And if you want your decentralized application more interactive with some information, we provide the data storage. Most of you know about the database, but only few people know about decentralized database. So we utilize the Blue Swan database and OBDB, the decentralized database top on the IPFS. And secondly, we also have the computing support like Golem, SONM. And if you can think the IPFS, you host some image like streaming video, and you need the centralized way to solve the problem is the speed. So we have the CDN. Okay, the CDN can solve the, okay. Let me show you it. Okay, and then you utilize the CDN to solve the speed problem. So finally, you create your own decentralized application and hosting on the decentralized file storage. So how can let people easy to interact with your decentralized application? We provide the blockchain name service. You can choose Ethereum name service, Ethereum classic name service, and one-chain name service. That we already have a pull request for the MetaMask. So after they launch next version of MetaMask, you can use MetaMask to easily interact with your decentralized application. So let's try to utilize this tool to build decentralized application. I will show you one step by one step. Step one, you will choose a blockchain so you can interact with this blockchain. So maybe we can choose Ethereum. The second, you have a developer kit to include this what you want to create. So we include this full tool let you easily to use these things and interact with one repo. Integrate into one repo so that you can easily interact this. So third step, you want host your like decentralized application or decentralized website. So we can choose the IPS first. It's easily and supported by the Infura. The fourth step, you maybe want to store some user information, so you can utilize the Swan database. And the fifth step, maybe you have a lot of image, so that you want speed up from the CDN, so we can choose a Noya CDN. And so the last step, you have your project name and let people can recognize your project. So we can provide the Ethereum name service for you. And so after that, everything done, how you can now do the marketing to your decentralized application so that people easily use the MetaMask to interact with your decentralized application. So that is the map you choose this technology into one decentralized application. Let you easily to build your decentralized application from Kaizen. Okay, you can follow us on the Telegram and Twitter, and if you have any have any question, just contact us. Yeah. Thank you.